You need to learn creative deal structures, and you need to learn creative commercial deal analysis. This is your steps in order to get a storage facility under contract. Okay. And then now we put the offer in. So, right now you got to negotiate the offer. Okay. You need to learn creative deal structures, and you need to learn creative commercial deal analysis. Okay, this is your steps in order to get a storage facility under contract. Okay, and then so now we've put the offer in. Right now we've put the offer in. So right now you got to negotiate the offer. Okay, so right now we're negotiating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deals right now, and they're all one of them is not owner finance. 5 of those are owner finance deals, and then one of them is not. It's a cash offer, but I think one of them is in Texas. There's 2 in New York, 2 or 3, 2 in Georgia, 1 in Florida. I can't remember where they're at, but anyways, they're kind of all over. But anyways, so like it's just like we're going back and forth. Like what we do too is we put the offer in, and then if they come back and say, yeah, I'd be interested in discussing this or whatever, then I hop on Zoom immediately. I have a Zoom meeting with them. And then we discuss like, okay, how's this going to work? What are you open to? You're open to creative deal structuring or not? And then if they're whatever they're open to, whatever they want, we then just put it into a contract and we send the contract over. Like we do not go back and forth with an offer here. Here's another offer letter, whatever. Like we just send over the contract. And then, we put all the terms in and everything. And then the owner reads through those terms, and then they'll come back and say, oh, I want to change this. I want to change this. And so that is our negotiation tactic. That's our strategy, is like, just try to get it under contract. Right. And then that process honestly takes like several weeks. I mean, you don't ever send over a contract. Actually, one time out of like the 16 deals that we had, like have it one time, like we sent over the contract, and then they just like signed it and sent it back. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. But every other time you send the contract over and they're like, okay, change this, take this out, update this, change this or whatever, right? So that like goes back and forth for like several weeks. A lot of times it takes forever. All right. So this is a long process. This is a very long process. So like, the hardest part of this whole stage is this part right here, all the way to the part where you're like building your list, calling your owners and getting all the information like from the owners. Like building your list just takes a long time, and then you got to call the owners. My virtual assistant, so we have 10 virtual assistants that do nothing but call owners. And, the rule is you cannot call an owner until you have 300 names on the list. Once you have 300 names, then you're just like working that list. Like you're just beating it to a horse and just doing a lot of follow-up and stuff. And then then you could start building your list again, once you kind of go through that list. But, so it takes a good, like, to build this list. I mean, it's like a month of work, really. And then to call the owners, you just got to put the time and effort in, but to call the owners takes a while. I mean, it's not fun to call the owners, it's fun when like an owner's like, yeah, I'd be interested. You're like, oh, then you perk up and you're like, yeah, let's do this. What do you want to do? But up until then, it's just like, you're just grinding, right? This part right here is just grinding. And then from there, then you have to get all the information from them so that you can run the deal analysis. And that takes time too, because a lot of times they don't have all that ready. So they're following up. And what about this? And what about this? And, you know, we're getting pretty good at that stuff, but it's taking us a good like 10 days or so, you know, to get all that stuff and put it into the deal analyzer, run the numbers and everything. And then, you know, run the numbers, and then you got to put the offer in that, you know, put the offer and send them over. Then they get back like in a week. They don't, it's not ever like fast or anything. So they're getting back to you. And then you're like negotiating, and that's going on. I mean, typically this is like this is about 90 days right here. All right. This is a good couple months. All right. Just like I said, the guy that bought the course, he bought it 5 months ago. It took him about 90 to 120 days to get his first deal under contract, and he's supposed to close in like, you know, 60 to 90 days. And so like, you know, within like 6 or 7 months, he'll have that thing under contract. I mean, he'll own a storage facility. And that is honestly what I see. That is about what it takes, just to give you guys an idea of how long this process is. This is not like, you know, this is not like fast. Okay. So then you negotiate the offer. And then after that, you know, you get it under contract. You negotiate it on getting it under contract. Oh wait, so I should put send the contract. Send the contract and get it under contract. There is a contract in the course. So if you're like, I don't have a contract or whatever, there's a contract in the course. Everything you need is in the course, right? Okay, so that is stage 1.